Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. If you're trying to figure out the whole pre-employment physical process, especially if you're looking for pre-employment physicals in Westchester, Florida, and Miami-Dade County by Paradise Medical Center Primary Care, well, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to decode exactly how to get work ready, step by step. Okay, so picture this. Your phone rings, or maybe you get that highly anticipated email. You got the job. It's a huge thrill, right? I mean, all your hard work and interviewing have finally paid off. But right after that initial wave of excitement, reality kind of sets in. Suddenly, there is this mountain of medical paperwork and a physical examination standing between you and your first day on the job. It can feel like this massive hurdle when literally all you want to do is just start working.
But honestly, you do not need to stress about this. When you actually map out the journey, it really just boils down to 3 super straightforward steps. Step 1, you schedule the exam. Step 2, you go in and complete the physical. And step 3, you receive your clearance letter. That is literally it. Getting from that exciting job offer to day 1 at your new desk or site does not have to be some complicated maze.
But you might be wondering, why do we even have this checkpoint in the first place? Before we get into the nuts and bolts of the exam itself, it really helps to understand the core reason behind it. It's not just some arbitrary corporate red tape. Basically, a pre-employment physical is a health examination specifically designed to ensure you can safely perform your essential job functions. So the absolute bottom line here is workplace safety. Employers want to set you up for success, and part of that is just making sure you are a good physical fit for the specific demands of your new role, which ultimately minimizes the risk of injury to yourself or to anyone else on the job. All right, so what actually happens when you get there? Let's put this whole process under the microscope so you know exactly what to expect once you step into an exam room at Paradise Medical Center. You'll go through a few core exam components. Now, it's a comprehensive health assessment for sure, but it is highly standardized. They're going to check your health history and vital signs. They'll do a cardiovascular evaluation and a respiratory check. Just making sure your heart and lungs are functioning well. You'll also do a musculoskeletal assessment, and finally, vision and hearing screenings, all based entirely on what your specific employer requires. It is incredibly thorough. Now, depending on the gig, you might also have to do a functional assessment. This is where the clinic evaluates physical capabilities that are directly relevant to your daily tasks. We're talking things like checking your lifting capacity, your overall mobility, and your range of motion. And that makes perfect sense, right? If you're being hired to lift heavy boxes or climb ladders all day, the medical team just needs to make sure your body is fully prepared to handle that safely. Oh, and for certain roles, you might see this requirement pop up, the TB skin test, also known as a PPD. This is a tuberculosis screening. Now, it's not for everyone, but if you're entering healthcare, food service, or a few other highly specific industries, this is absolutely mandatory for full clearance. It's just about ensuring a safe environment for both you and the public. And then, yep, the dreaded paperwork. But here is the really great news. Paradise Medical Center actually handles all the employer documentation for you. That includes the clearance letters and the certifications. Plus, they coordinate urine drug testing with certified labs, whether your new boss requires a standard 5-panel test or a more expanded screening. They literally take that whole administrative burden completely off your shoulders. Now, if you are worried about this eating up your entire afternoon, don't be. A standard physical takes just 20 to 30 minutes. Even if you add in a drug screening, you're looking at about 45 minutes total. Think about that. You can get this entire checkpoint cleared in less time than it takes to watch a single episode of your favorite sitcom. The ultimate goal here is efficiency. Paradise Medical Center prioritizes same-day clearance for most positions. Why? Because they know you have a job waiting for you, and their main priority is to get you cleared and ready to work as fast as medically possible. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, or as I like to call it, the wallet. This is a huge source of financial anxiety for a lot of candidates. I mean, you just got a job. You probably haven't even seen your first paycheck yet. So who actually pays the out-of-pocket costs for this exam? Well, the good news is that it's usually paid by the employer. The clinic accepts employer authorization forms right there. But if for some reason you do need to cover it yourself, they offer very competitive self-pay rates. And as for logistics, appointments are definitely preferred to guarantee your spot, but they totally accommodate walk-ins too. It's really all about maximum flexibility for you. So, to bring this all back home, if you're a resident in the Miami-Dade area and you need to get this done quickly, efficiently, and professionally, you need a local go-to spot.
And that destination is Paradise Medical Center. What's fantastic about them is they're a dual clinic practice right in Westchester, offering primary care alongside dermatology and aesthetics. Founded by Dr. Teresa Moreno, they deliver incredibly personalized bilingual healthcare. Plus, if your employer needs extra stuff like EKGs or specific lab work, or even if you just need a sports physical later on, they handle all those related services right under one roof.
If you are a local Westchester or Miami-Dade resident, you're going to want these details. The primary care clinic is located at 8380 Southwest 8th Street, Miami, Florida, 33144. You can call them directly at 305-676-8217 to schedule an appointment or just to check their walk-in availability for the day. Which brings us to our final and honestly most important question. We've mapped the journey, broken down the exam, cleared up the logistics and the costs, and we know exactly where to go. So, are you ready to get to work? I really hope this explainer relieved any anxiety you had about the process and motivated you to go ahead and book that appointment, take that final step, get cleared, and go crush it on your first day. Thanks so much for joining me, and keep learning.